we have a few more people, I will go through my few slides to tell you why I dislike the Society of Automotive Engineers levels. I'm gonna force you to, hey, you don't have to, because, you want to address the business cases. You want the words that you use to at least have some meaning. And I like to use safe driving. Safe driving is a 55 Chevy that just happened to have a bunch of sensors and computers on board that in case you start doing the wrong thing, it just doesn't give you a lecture, doesn't try to convince you, it just does the right thing and doesn't let you do the wrong thing. Your anti-lock brakes have not let you lock up your brakes since they've been on your car. Even though you try to stomp on that sucker, man, I want that sucker, I think the way to stop is to stomp on the brake. And it, doesn't say, oh, wow, no, please, you don't have it. You just don't know the difference. You failed physics. So say you don't understand that the coefficient of sliding friction is worse than the coefficient of static friction, and therefore whatever you do, it doesn't go do that. Just screw you, I'm doing it. That's what these things, that's what the automated emergency braking system should do. And it should be the automated emergency braking system, as was so well mentioned up there. It should be your intelligent cruise control. It shouldn't wait till 1.6 seconds before collision and then let all hell break loose and boom, and tighten up your seat, your belt, and put up the windows and close the roof and all that, and break that sucker at 1G or more, and everything goes all over the damn place. It knew that it was going to have to do that if it didn't start slowing down 2 seconds ago. So why not start? Just because you didn't put your foot on the brake? Come on. Silly. Do it. Doesn't mean you take your foot off the brake or pedals or hands off the wheels. It just does it. That's what safe driving is. It's on all the time. And it works. It's this. This is my picture. This is the picture. We're here having a ball. Donuts on our neighbor's lawns. I mean, run up, tailgate that sucker, cut them off to the dude, but didn't anybody move. The system's back. That's what it should be. Therefore, all the things that the car companies want to sell us and all they want, but yeah, we have it going on. Hey, you might as well just put glasses on. That's what that is. The self-driving is, the adult supervision is absolutely necessary. It's part of the requirement. You must pay attention. Because the system in self-driving assumes that if something starts to happen, you're going to be able to rip up over your shirt, expose the big S, and save the day. And we've all been trained to do that in our driving schools prior to getting a permit from the DMV, right? No. But so what? Hey, that's the assumption in it. It's really important. You must pay attention. Yes, you can take your hands off the wheel. Yes, you can even do this. But you'd have to remain as an adult supervision. And again, that's a 55 Chevy. That's all the regulations we currently have, except in New York saying, hey, you gotta have your hands on steering. Forget New York. Whatever, And guess what? Whoops. That's on the market. It's out there. You can buy it now. We probably don't need any more regulations for that. We have enough. Whatever. What are you going to do? If you're not paying attention, they should be able to give you a ticket. Okay? Just, of course. If you're paying attention, who cares? Look, you have an automatic transmission in your car. Do you keep your hand on that steering, on that shifter when you have an automatic transmission? No. It does it for you. But in my other car, man, I'm double clutching the between. You know.
Why do you call that self-driving?
Because it is self-driving.
You have to pay attention.
You have to pay attention. And it's only some of the time. You know, and then you've got to take over. It's not going to get you from A to B. Okay? It may not be the best word. All right? I'm not saying it's the best word. It's a whole lot better than level 2.738. I mean, what, Dewey Decimal System in a library or something? I mean, you know.
It's the distinction between self-driving and driverless, would be what you said.
Yeah, because, you know, then there's this. And it's completely different. That's why the dots are there. It probably, as I've said, requires a new mode. It's a different thing because it's automated. You know, it is an elevator. It's just not in a shaft and not just going up and down. But it's an elevator. Everything else about it is probably the same. You walk someplace, you get into it. But the do it takes you. You walk out of it, you forget about it. That's what it is. It's completely different than the 55 Chevy, I think. You might not be able to do this all everywhere, you know, buildings and, you know, elevators stay within buildings, okay, so that stays within a, you know, domain only on some streets, maybe just from some floors, some stops that you go to. Maybe it's your kitchen door. Really, you have to have it in your kitchen door. Maybe some people do, maybe others don't. But it could if it had to. And, okay. And, Russ, I'm getting down there, instead of being 3, there may only be 2. I might finally agree with you. There really might only be 2. And what really prompts me to that one, I guess I shouldn't show all that thing. I only want to show that I think that slide's a little bit. This is a couple days ago, there's an MTA complete 7 lines automatic train operation upgrade in Queens. And they're, whoa, the New York City subway system has become, oh no, this isn't driverless. This is just automatic train operation. This is how I fell in love with BART so many years ago, okay? Because there's an operator up front, you know, and it's still on the 7 line. I don't know, opening and closing doors, adult supervision. It's just that they put an automated system in there that does the acceleration, deceleration, stop, but, you know, the person is still there. You know, this is an automatic train operation, adult supervision all the time. That's one side. And whether or not that person is accelerating, decelerating, it doesn't matter. You still have the adult supervision, as opposed to what is on the Paris Metro Line 1, which is, if you look in the Paris, there's nobody up here. Right? It's different because of that. Now, whether or not Paris Metro saves a whole lot of labor because it now doesn't have that in there, probably not that much. But when you do that with respective vehicles that are only going to have 1 or 2 people behind it and taking 1 person out of it, and you look at the economics of that, it makes all the difference in the world. And you realize that you now don't have to recruit these people, you don't have to motivate them, you don't have to provide them health care, you don't have to do all the other things. You don't have to worry when they're sick. You don't have to have all the other things of managing those people. And you just have some computer algorithm that goes out there and does this stuff like it does in elevators. If you needed to have adult supervision in every elevator, how many tall buildings would we have? I'd say not very many. Okay, now maybe we'd all be better off, I'm not sure, I don't want to say, but that's the fundamental difference, and I think Russ is yes, Russ.
Yeah, the LA Times, we talk about this a lot, and we in our stories now, we're distinguishing between driver assist technologies and driverless technologies.
What we're trying to get to is, I think to provide real mobility as mobility machines, we have to get to unattended train operation.
No, that's huge. I mean, I wish others would follow that.
One problem we're having, I mean, the nomenclature, it depends on, where you're coming from. This is where the editors and myself are coming from, but the headline writers, who these days are very concerned with hits and clicks.
Yeah.
They don't like self-driving the headline. They don't like driver assist in the headline. So it's all, we have to wrestle with how they want autonomous and they want driverless. So we have to wrestle with that in the headline, but at least in the stories we can make it clear now.
Yeah, no, and I applaud you for that. I mean, you've done that, and I really applaud you for that. It's important because everybody's confused on, even with autonomous, these things aren't, they're not, yes, they're making decisions on the route. The decision is based on an algorithm. The algorithm is based on whatever a control center or an operating agency over top of it has decided are going to be the roads and the network that it's going to be able to travel over and the stops that it's going to come from and go to. These things aren't making any decisions on their own. Okay? I mean, that's even, a challenging word to use. And the problem is that this leads to confusion. Okay, and we saw it with respect to the RIHS, when we'd like to be able to know that when we go in a showroom and buy one of these things, or if in fact there are going to be companies that operate and provide services, and they're probably going to be competing services. There's Lyft competing with Uber. There's going to be a Lyft, autonomous taxi, whatever you want to call it, taxi, driverless taxi company, and an Uber and a Waymo. They're going to be competing. What kind of services are they going to offer? And it'd be nice that, for people for us to understand what they are, because I think people are confused, and so the opportunity to do it. In the rail transit world, there is ATO, automatic train operation. There's got to be adult supervision. Unattended train operation, that's what the U is unattended. I guess they decided on that word. I mean, they must not have Society of Automotive Engineers who with level 22. They hate me. Anyway, so the market adoption, I hope I don't insult anybody. Of course, it depends on the business model. And, these things are entitled elitist toys. I mean, that's what they are. Look at them. I suppose that, to me, it just seems wrong. These things, as I say, are mobility machines wanting to be put to work, to provide mobility. Yeah, it might be nice when we can, whatever, sit there and they're, at least 50 trips a day they can do, depending on trip length and so on, whatever. But the demand patterns are peak, there's not much going on between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m., blah, blah, blah. But hey, you can move goods. Amazon has to be working on these things to be moving goods from the Amazon facility in Robbinsville to my house between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. Those public streets are unused assets that could be used to deliver those goods. There aren't any kids chasing balls. There aren't any bicyclists. It's got to be easy. And then just, do it for everybody else if we really want to do this, and it's these kinds of things. So that's basically where we are.